What are you doing today? I'm trying to get the stink out of my boat. At the same time, testing the automatic bilge. Works good. I'm flushing it out over and over and over. I don't know what happened. Warm temperatures or something? Maybe it was the organic antifreeze I put in here. My boat stinks. I mean, it stinks bad. Like the whole boat. This is the only place I can source the smell to is the bilge. Everything else is dry. So I put some orange cleaner in the bilge. That may be backwards for you. I don't know. Sorry. Citrus bilge cleaner from Starbright. And poured it in there and sloshed it around. And then I've got the hose down here in the boat. And I'm just filling the bilge. It's pumping out the back. I'm going to run it till the water's completely clear. It's getting a little better. I'd like to get that the soapy residue out of here. We're getting there. I'm in the boat. Bilge works great. I can almost fill this thing with a hose as fast as it pours it out, pumps it out. It's kind of amazing. Wow. Big wind squall just came across. We're having some hot weather day. It got up, I think it like 82 today. And then there's a cold front that's going to move in and create some storms and some showers. That was a little squall, maybe. Giant pump of wind. So my bilge pumps from down here, and it comes out in the back of the boat down there. It's starting to smell better. Wow, the wind is really picking up. The boat stinks, and it's not a little. Like I came out of the house 25 yards away and I could smell it, and the boat was closed. It smells horrible. It smells like rotten eggs. This was never a problem before winterization. I gotta think putting that organic pink garbage winterizer antifreeze stuff in my bilge has absolutely ruined it. I'm pissed. I mean, it takes your breath away. It's so bad. It is horrible of sulfurous rotten egg smell. I just flushed the thing out a day ago, and then we had a day of rain and it was closed up. So I've got liquid dish soap, a scrub brush. We're going to scrub the bilge. We're going to flush it again. And then probably vacuum it completely dry and blow a fan in it. I mean, I don't know what else to do short of pour like denatured alcohol in there and try and kill whatever bacteria is growing in there. It's horrible. I mean, it's almost enough to make you gag. That's how strong it is. It's literally worse than what it was before. Wish me luck. I'm going in. It's terrible. It almost makes me want to cry a little bit. And it's not just because it smells so bad and it's causing tears. This is emotionally scarring. My boat stinks. I've scrubbed the bilge with liquid dish soap and a scrub brush. as far as I can reach into this hole. And I'm flushing it with clean water. It's horrible. I mean, it's getting a little better than it was, but when I went forward to open the hatch to get some air in here, I almost vomited. It's that thick in here, and it's just straight up rotten egg smell. I'm starting to think somebody snuck in my boat and put a dozen eggs in here and let them rot. I know that's not the case, but the pink stuff that you put in your bilge to winterize it that's organic, don't use that shit. Never put that anywhere near your boat or your bilge. I got that stuff off Amazon. They're gonna get a nice review. And by nice, I mean horrible. Okay, I gotta get this hose turned off before I flood the boat. It's interesting to note that I can fill the bilge with a hose as fast as it can pump out. That's pretty interesting. I really had other plans today than trying to clean the bilge out again. It's currently pumping out. I filled it completely to the top. This is the bilge right here. Sorry. I opened up the inspection hatch, which is up that way. Now, honestly, I think that's the inspection hatch for my gray tank, if the boat ever had one. But filling this bilge, water never got that far, which is interesting. But this is definitely the most water I've ever put in it. It was full. It's been pumping now for a couple of minutes. About to be dry. Can you see down there? That's it. Bilge turned off. I'm going to go get the shop vac, shove it as far in there as I can, and dry it. And then we're going to put this box fan in here and create a vortex of anti-stink wind. And oh, hey, whoever created this product, you don't work. There's 4 of these open on the boat. They smell nice inside. They don't seem to absorb any stink. Or maybe that level of stink was just way too much. Like here's another one right over here behind me. I've got one in the cabinet, one up on the sink. It's still fragrant. It's pungent. Yeah, it's a pungent aroma of stink. It really does make you kind of want to gag a little bit. You get in your throat a little bit, you know? Let's suck it out. Push this baby in there. Oh, why are we... Did you die? God damn it. I used this thing the other day to clean the boat, and it shut down automatically. And I bet it died. I bet it overheated. All right, no screwing around. We got the big rigid out. Here we go. About as far as I can get. smells like somebody took a dump in my bilge. I mean, it's terrible. Oh God. Oh. I'm about to puke. So, oh, that's a little weird. I vacuumed it out, and suddenly there's more water in there. That's very unusual. That makes me wonder where the hell it's coming from. Against my better judgment, I've been told to put bleach in there to try to kill any organic material that's growing in there. I only have half a bottle. I'm so unhappy about this. I mean, this is just bullshit. Like my new hat, just showed up from FedEx. Little Helly Hansen action. I lost my Perry hat. I don't know where it went. I thought it was in the boat. Looked all through the boat. It's not here. It's not in my backpack. Not in my cooler. It's not in the Jeep. I have no idea what I do with that bucket hat. So, 2026 Stinkathon update. We've got the fan going in the bilge. I went and I opened up the access port that is sitting under the head up here, and there were bubbles. The bubbles had come up, like soapy, a lot of lather bubbles. So clearly they're connected. So I hosed from that direction back. I filled the thing with bleach and let it sit, and it was about a half a gallon of bleach. And it's that thick stuff, the no splash. And then I filled the bilge the rest of the way, let it sit, kind of jostled the boat back and forth a bunch, and then let the bilge pump it out, vacuumed out with the shop vac, ran more water a couple of times through it. And now we've got the fan blasting directly down into that hole. The front hole is open, the inspection hatch. So in theory, I'll get a nice breeze through there and dry this thing out. It's hard to tell now if it even stinks, because like my senses they're overrun with smell at this point. I literally almost puked. I gagged real hard about 3 times, and thankfully nothing came out. Yeah, at this point, anything would be preferable to this smell. I think I'm gonna have to go buy some kind of a bioenzyme cleaner that will eat and break down whatever funky oils are in there making this stink. So I think in a few minutes it'll be a trip to the hardware store. Ideally, we can fill it completely with chemical and let it sit maybe for a couple hours, and then kick it out with the bilge and the shop vac and do a rinse. I don't wish this on anyone. This is bullshit. I went on Amazon and I left a terrible review for that product, and it literally in capital letters says, "Do not put this in your boat bilge." It's the pink, or what should have tipped me off, organic. It's the organic antifreeze. Next year, I'm pouring antifreeze in my boat. 50-50 water, straight up auto antifreeze. And when I pump it out the bilge, I'll just catch it in a bucket. Because screw this. I never want to do this again. Yeah, lesson learned. Oh shit, guys. I made a discovery. I've been opening the locker to get air in there. I pulled all the stuff out, and I hear a noise down there. It's the battery. That battery's damaged. It's an AGM battery. Batteries make sulfur smell. This battery's in some kind of damaged condition. I'm trying to figure out what I got to turn off my main power. I've unplugged it from the house feed. There we go. Off. I can hear it. It's making a noise. Can you hear it? It's making a kind of noise. That's my interpretation. This battery is leaking. I got to get this out of the boat. I got to get everything disconnected and isolated. I'm going to need tape to do that. Wow. It's the battery. Well, the bilge is cleaner than it's ever been. It concerns me a little bit that I was in here breathing battery gas and it almost made me vomit. This is concerning. I'm going to go get some tape. I'm going to start disconnecting all my positives and then get my negs off and tape them all up. Looks like we're buying a new battery. There she is. Can you hear it? Can you hear that noise? It's off gassing and it's warm to the touch. This battery is done. So I called Commodore Doug and he's like, turn everything off. So, and I had already done the main boat switch, unplugged it from the house. I forgot about the solar panel. I had to unplug the solar panel. So we were still trickling power into it. You can smell it sitting here and I don't even really want to be sitting here next to this thing breathing it. Not healthy, but this battery is wasted and it's off gassing, and that was the sulfur smell. Makes total sense. So now I have to buy a new battery. I think I'm going to upgrade to a lifetime lithium instead of AGM lead acid for my needs. You know, I have an outboard motor that I pull start. This is just a house battery bank. So a lithium, although it'll take forever to charge with my solar panel, but charged at the dock, it'll charge in a couple of hours. And then for the weekend, I can go out and camp with a lot of power and not worry about running out. So I guess it's a good discovery and a bad discovery at the same time. My bilge is really, really, really clean. So I'm happy for that. And we stress test the bilge, the pump. Now we just need to order a new battery. Unfortunately, they're about $450. That was Susan's first question. How much? And I just said, let's not talk about it. So, yeah. Check your batteries, folks. Make sure they're not doing this in your boat. This could have turned into a fire. It could have been really bad. So.
We now return you to your previously scheduled content. Please stand by.
So this is what I had planned all along. The new variant winches have shown up. They're anodized. They're gorgeous. After losing one of the other ones in the mail, which still hasn't arrived, the seller and I worked out a deal that if I would pay to return the one that I received back to him in California, and if the other one shows up, I agreed to return it as well. He would replace the chrome ones with these beautiful anodized variant 23s with tailors on them. this is going to be a nice upgrade to the boat. I wish I'd have done it last year. About twice what I paid for the chrome variants, they're beautiful, but these are going to be a lot more functional. I'm going to be able to just sail and single hand this better, being able to tail on the jaw here. So I am thrilled. I think that the base might be the same size and the same bolt pattern, and if we're lucky, I might be able to pop these right off and just slip these right in. So I'm going to try and do that. The first thing I'm going to do is see if the guts on these work on this. So I can pull the keeper ring on the silver one back here, and I can take off the whole upper winch, leaving the internal components. I can see if one of these will sit on that and function. And if that's the case, it'll be about a 10-minute install, which will be phenomenal. That'll make my day so much better after the discovery of the rancid egg farting battery problem. But hey, on the sunny side of things, my bilge is probably the cleanest bilge of all the Perry Yacht Club. So I'm pretty psyched about that. My bilge won't stink forever. So these variants, I don't know how all winches are, but I know the variant, it's got a little keeper ring right here. And it's got a little notch in its tooth. Can you see that right there? And if you can pop that out and get something under it like that, just 1, 2, 3, you can take it off just like that, and your whole winch comes up. How cool is that? So now I'm really hoping these are a little different. So we got a bolt pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on the bottom of this one, sure looks the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across from each other. That's bronze. Isn't that amazing? That is a giant piece of cast bronze. And that's why these are so expensive. Brand new, this thing's about $1,400 to $1,800. I paid a little over $1,000 for the set. So I'm going to pull this. So let's pull this one's keeper. It's the same way. See the little tooth right there? Just got to get under it. There we go. I think these have 2 keepers. I think the first one, nope, I was wrong. I thought the first one was going to be the Taylor. So clearly I can tell that it's not going to work. This is much taller than this winch. It's got a whole nother set of teeth up here. But by golly, I really think it's the same bolt pattern. God, I hope it is. I wish I could. Well, I guess I'm gonna go below, and I'm gonna start pulling screws out. I'm really hoping these holes are gonna match up, and it's gonna just go right back on. This has been really well 5,200 it on. Some guy did that last year. That guy was me. It's going to be a chore to get that off. But, there's the comparison. You can tell one's much bigger than the other. So, before I install this baby, she looks pretty dry. And, actually, she looks really dry. She's got a little bit of grease coating on her, and I'm going to just be cool with that. They've been cleaned for sure, but I don't know that they've been lubricated very well. And I'm going to use Triflow, which is a Teflon coating. It's got PTFE in it, and that's what's recommended to put on these. You don't ever want to soak these with like WD-40 or anything like that. It just catches funk and turns to crap. WD-40, not a good lubricant. Great for water displacement, which it's designed. But yeah, we're just going to give it a little coating. And then we're going to wipe it clean with this kind of dirty towel. You don't want this stuff running out all over the boat. It doesn't take a lot. See, that feels a lot better already. And then I'm going to hit these with a cleaner. You can see there's some funk in there, right there. It's a little buildup. So I'm going to take these down off the boat. I'm going to hit them with parts cleaner. And then I'm going to re-lubricate them. Let them kind of drip, dry, and then put them back together. This one's cleaner. So I'm going to go do that now. So I know you're probably wondering, Brian, how do you take the screws out if there's bolts down below or nuts on these bolts? So down below, I've got 4 sets of channel locks or vice grips on those bolts, and or I should say, I keep saying bolts, I mean nuts. So when this bolt turns, they hit up against the sidewall, and the bolt has to stay still. So as long as I go kind of slow in the beginning, listen. Did you hear that? That was the vice grip falling off, and the nut, which now I have to go find. I think I've got one on this one here. Because without 2 people, this can be very challenging doing this kind of stuff. Come on. I need an extension on this. And actually 2 hands would be a good idea. Come on, get in there. Whoever invented straight head screws, like, you know, what were you thinking? Christ, man. I don't want to chatter that thing up and wreck it. So let's just get a few turns on it and see if we can make it easier for the drill. There we go. There we go. I suspect I can go below and do the rest of that one by hand. All right, we are in the belly of the beast. That one's coming off by hand. There's a washer stuck on that one. And these 2 are the... Oh, this one's already loose. There we go. One left to do. I need to... Those don't want to come out. Those are going to need a little encouragement because they're on there with 5,200 in the hole, so it wouldn't leak. Let me see if I can do this and still keep you in the loop. That one's good. That one's gonna need a little more persuading. Come on. Oh, there comes the nut right in my face. I mean, the washer. That one's good. That one's just in a weird spot that I can't get to while I hold you. All right, so let's get our channel lock back on this. dude. So this is how I do it. I lock it on like that. Can you see? So when it rotates, it's going to come up against this wall or that wall, depending on which way you're rotating. And that's going to hold it, and then I can unscrew it. So let's go do that. Okay, everybody's out. There's all my hardware. So now we should just be able to grab it and pull it off. Nope. I didn't think so. There's enough 5200 on there to you probably lift the boat. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Boy, this is going to be a struggle to get this off of here with all that 5200. I'm going to have to find the right tool for the job. And I think it's going to be getting this outer edge clean first, and then getting up underneath and getting a little leverage. So I'll be back. I got to go to the toolbox. I got it off, and I really wanted you to see this. Came off clean. This was full of water. Completely splashed when I took it off, which tells me water can come down this center hole and just fill up, and there's no way out because I put 5200 on the entire pad. So that's not cool. That's not cool at all. What I'm gonna do for this next install, I'm gonna scrape all this off as good as I can. That's gonna come off pretty well. And we're gonna only do the holes. We're gonna goop them. That's the only thing we're worried about, is water getting down these holes. I wanna make sure water can get out. That's not cool for water to have just sat there until it evaporates. You know, that eventually it will ruin the gel coat. So that's interesting. Live and learn. Not my favorite tool. Probably my least favorite tool, because anything you got to do with this tool is usually unpleasant. But it's doing the job. Just gonna take some elbow grease. There we go. Come off pretty good. Big ring up. Yeah, that's gonna do great. I keep popping that in with my palm. Annoying. I once heard James Evenson, the sailing Zingaro, call 5200 screw the next guy. And now I get it completely. It's because it's not a sealant. It's an adhesive. So we could use something like 4200. I'm sure there's other products, but I'm still using 5200 in the holes. Come on. I just need to be able to hold you and go this direction. happy. That's great. But the real test is it gonna fit? All right, here we are back in the shop. Boy, I am blind from being on the white boat and then coming into the dark garage. I can't see hardly at all. Try and set you up so you can see. Let's see if these are gonna match. Whoops, I'm sorry. You fell down, go boom. Look at that. It's an exact match bolt pattern. You have no idea how happy that makes me. I don't have to fill holes and drill. Yes! I can't even tell you how happy I am that this is the same bolt pattern. I'm elated. I am tickled. Oh my gosh, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. So, all right. Yeah, look at that. Exact. Yep. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, that makes me so incredibly happy. You have no idea. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to 5200 the hole as I put the bolt back in. Whoa! Got the rail. Tow rail caught it. So I'll goop it and stick it in. And then goop another one and stick it in. Goop another one and stick it in. All the way around. There's a couple you got to be careful with. Here, you don't want to get any 5200, well, especially here, any 5200 anywhere near these gears, or here, or over on this side. Can you see that, how close that hole is to that gear? So, no 5200 near the gears. So I'll pick her up, I'll goop the holes, set her down, and then put my bolt back in. And then call it good. So the last time I did this, I did a whole bed around here. So when the winch came down, it squished it. And it was beautiful and it was wonderful, but water was trapped here. You know, I almost don't really have to worry about that though, because this one is a solid end. Water can't go down there. But it's still, there's an open recess area in the bottom. You wouldn't want water to get in there and be trapped up near your gears. That could cause problems. So I think I'm just gonna kind of goop my holes like this. Let's see, boop. Just shoot it in there like that. Cover that little chip. There we go. And that way, I can just set it on now and put my bolts in it. Yeah. These are beautiful stainless steel threads, but they're straight heads. I mean, come on. That'd be amazing if it was like a hex head or something. You could actually get some torque and a real tool on it. Note to self, when squeezing 5200 into holes in the boat, put something down underneath it. Got all my channel locks on. I'll just have to come down and do one more right there. Let's go up and tighten this puppy. Yeah, I noticed. There's one hole there that didn't get a bolt. And I'll show you why up top. Sit-ups in the boat. So, as I was going to put the bolts back in through the top, it won't fit here. The gear's in the way, and I am not dismantling that gear for one bolt. 5 out of 6 is going to be more than enough to support the pressure this thing's going to take. I mean, we're on a small boat. If we were on a big boat, yeah, I probably would. But that's not going to do anything bad to this thing. So let's tighten them. Get in there nice and easy. It's going to be easier to do it by hand. And you see the 5200 squeezing out the bottom there? That's a great thing. And now it's tight. And 5200 squeezing out again. And she's tight. Careful near those gears. Don't want to damage anything. It's 5200 squish. And she's tight. I think has this one got anything on it? Yeah. There's one I have to go back down and put a grip on it. You know what? I think it's this one. Yeah. Tight. Gonna hit it with a little bit of mechanical intervention. That's not gonna do anything. All right, I'm gonna go put the grip on this one, tighten it up. Then we're gonna come back and finger wipe this 5200 and put the top on and call this baby done. And that's it. It is a day's work done. It's creeping up on 5 o'clock. I've been out here about 5 hours. The new variant 23s, excuse me, are installed, and they look fantastic. I'm really happy with the black anodized look. Those are cool. They match. Still got the variant chrome up top as my main winch to raise halyards. And now that I have 2 that I'm not using, I could put another one here. That's the original winch system. Kind of an embarrassment. Sorry about all the dog barking. My neighbor's dog's going berserk. But I might replace that. I don't know. I don't really use this one. I've never needed it. And most of what comes out of this clutch is long enough that if I needed to put it on a winch, I could put it in my primaries here for the sheet. So we'll see. You know, if I feel like putting it on, I kind of thinking about to probably just sell them and get, you know, $400 or $500 back, which is the smart thing to do. So everything's buttoned up. Looks like I'm gonna go shopping for a new Lifetime lithium battery. The smell is completely gone. The boat smells good again, and I've got a bilge clean enough that you could eat out of. So pretty cool. Good day. As always, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button for me, and definitely share the channel. And don't worry, I did not leave a nasty review of that marine product. Here it is. It worked great. See you next time.